Greetings, humans with internet access and aliens with potentially large antennas.
Watching us, listening,
I am Elderly Robert,
and young Josh.
and we're here for another conversation with you.
A good one.
We really appreciate you tuning in for these things. They're not always great, much like this one, off to a slow start, as usual. What we thought we would do is take a minute and talk about being encouraging to young music students.
Yes, that's really important.
As Josh would say, it's that time of year.
It is that time of year. It is that time of year.
What time of year would that be, Josh?
School's about to start.
Look how excited he is for this.
And that means we have young musicians who are going to be making their very first sounds. Everyone starts somewhere. Somewhere in some band room, there's the Michael Jordan of playing the trumpet. And he's not going to be Michael Jordan unless he gets the proper start.
That's right. And, being honest, the instrument's going to come home, your student's going to put it together for the first time, and you're going to hear some stuff.
Some stuff.
And how you react to what happens in the beginning kind of sets the pattern for the students' routines in the future.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
So one thing we can do to be supportive of those students is get a proper practice space, right?
Yeah.
What does that look like?
Yeah, so you want a space inside your home, not a hot garage or a musty basement, that's comfortable with a seat they can sit on with proper posture, so not on a couch or a bed, with a music stand, away from distractions. And at first, they're not going to be putting in hours and hours of practice, but
Nor should they, truthfully.
15 or 20 minutes, 4 or 5 days a week is a good place to start, and they'll get a lot more out of it if they have the proper space.
Yeah, maybe a good rule is just to treat their practice time the same way you would treat any homework that they're assigned in another class, because truly practicing is the homework
Right.
for orchestra class or band class.
Yes.
You want to be just as supportive of them doing that activity as their science papers.
Agreed.
Right? It's also good to check in and do some listening. We oftentimes hear a lot of jokes, and they really are jokes, about, well, I'm going to put on my earmuffs because my daughter's going to practice her violin or her trombone. Right? And
All the time.
That's fine if everybody realizes that it's a joke, but we need to understand that if a student hears these things over and over and over, they might start to internalize that they're just making noise and not making music. So being involved, listening, being supportive, just as you would with any other activity, is important in music as well.
Yeah, and if you can think of a positive comment to throw out there after a practice session, even if that's like, hey, that sounded better than yesterday, do that. Do that.
And I never cease to be amazed. I've been doing this for some number of years.
Young Robert.
And, every year the new group of students comes in, and there's all these crazy beginning notes that we hear, and in just a few short weeks, that starts to turn into something that's recognizable as a melody, and by holiday break, it's music. So if you are new to having a student in music, just a little bit of patience and appreciate the journey, because it really is miraculous how these educators bring along these young students and have them making music in such a short period of time. It's astounding to me.
Yes. So what's like the craziest idea you have about how a parent can support their student?
Well, I don't think any of my ideas are crazy. I think they are all brilliant. But I do have an idea. One of the best ways to learn something is to teach it. So if you have a student that's learning to play an instrument that you don't play, maybe you should let them teach you what they're learning and learn along with them. It can be fun. You never know.
I agree. That is crazy. Crazy fun.
Listen, just like these videos are crazy fun. if you appreciate them and agree with us that they're crazy fun.
Yes.
These are awkward conversations, man. They really are. Please, give that like button a hit. Subscribe to the channel. We'll bring you more, hopefully, useful content in the future. And if you're one of those aliens watching from outer space, we have trumpets available. Come visit us here on Earth.